Hey guys, what's up? A lot of you requested a review of the latest Tennyson video. I've already reviewed a lot of his videos. I really didn't want to do any more, but because a lot of you asked for it, I'm going to do it. It's a video where he collaborated with Saladino.
An animal-based diet is centered around consuming the most optimal foods for humans. According to followers, that's meat, organ, fruit, honey, and raw dairy. It's essentially like carnivore without the scurvy. I'm in Costa Rica.
That's funny, and he's already so ignorant because scurvy is caused by a deficiency in amino acids. I have a separate video about this. It has nothing to do with vitamin C directly. You can eat meat and never have scurvy because you can't have a deficiency in these amino acids, seeing as you get them from meat. It doesn't make any sense, but ignorant as always. That's why I didn't want to review any of his videos anymore, but there's more reasons as to why.
With Dr. Paul Saladino to learn more about the lifestyle and why a guy with salad in his name doesn't have any. I'm excited, but I'm also scared because I feel like every food that I love, I'm gonna have to hate it by the end of this.
That's not the goal.
That's not the goal.
That's not the goal. I went to medical school. My dad's a doctor, my mom's a nurse. I got over-medicated as a kid. I got given Theodore, which was theophylline and a pill in my applesauce as a kid. I got forced to take inhalers as a kid. My parents are both super loving and super smart, and never did they realize that my asthma and eczema, those two things.
How smart could his parents be if they medicated their child so severely? Not very.
Go together could have been related to the foods I was eating as a kid. And I don't think everybody needs to eat like me. I just think that this way of eating is a good framework as a start.
Come on in. So you eat like a full watermelon a day?
I probably end up drinking the juice of a full watermelon a day.
Wow.
Cheers, bro.
Cheers for good day.
Welcome to Costa Rica.
Thank you.
Those kind of watermelons obviously don't exist in nature. There's a lot less fruit flesh in natural watermelons, which essentially don't even exist anymore on this earth, seeing as they have been cultivated so heavily. Point being, you would not be able to consume this much sugar, and obviously you can't juice fruit in nature, which is why it is of course abnormal to start your day off with a huge glass of watermelon juice. It's not the worst thing on earth that you could drink. It's hydrating, which is great compared to tea, coffee, even plain water, which is what most people drink today. This is still a lot better in that sense, but of course it's also not natural anymore. Needless to say, but people don't get this.
Wow.
That's so good.
I've never had that before. So good. It's so interesting. I'm trying to gain weight today. I feel like I'm gonna eat too many calories.
No, bro.
How many calories do you have a day?
Like 3,000 to 3,500.
And you say that shredded?
Yeah.
Shit.
So it's really interesting because I think that
A lot of people have mentioned how Paul Saladino has aged a lot in the past few years. This is one of the reasons he lives sort of like a bodybuilder, in the sense that he consumes way too many calories. There's no need for that. And then he exercises and surfs and whatnot all day long. The more food you eat, the faster you age, obviously. The more wrinkles will appear on your face.
when humans are metabolically healthy, when we get the bullshit out of our diets, when we get the garbage out of our diets, when you eat more calories, your body just says, oh yes, it's a signal of abundance, your thyroid works more, your body temperature goes up, your resting metabolic rate goes up, and you just kind of like, you use all of that energy to do all the cellular repair and the rebuilding and the stuff that you maybe weren't doing. Historically, humans have always eaten the whole animal. They don't cut off all this fat.
For sure, if your body is asking for a lot of food, then you should eat it. It's just that if your body is asking for this food because you work out all day, then that's where you're wrong. That's not what you should be doing.
They don't cut off all this connective tissue. They're gonna eat all this. How often do you eat steak for breakfast, bro?
Never.
Sometimes.
No,
Really? Never?
If it's like a treat, if it's like my birthday or something like that.
Why does it have to be your birthday?
I don't know. What do you do for your birthday? Do you go off like, do you have like a liver cake with like tallow candles or something or what?
Basically, I mean,
Yeah, I can be your meat if you want.
you be my meat, bro.
We kind of start our days the same way, I guess. Oh,
All right,
baby.
bro. Look at that. Let's
Wow.
lower it for you, make it easy.
I call that back piece.
What's up?
Wow. Oh.
What are they eating there? Avocados, probably? It's a bit blurry. No need for them, but whatever. Strawberries, obviously those are man-made, super huge, but whatever. And the meat, which is the good part, and what are those? I can't really tell what the yellow stuff is.
Look at the color of that strawberry.
Yeah, you just put the saturation all the way up on that.
I mean,
Oh my God.
isn't that like a strawberry? Like, have you ever tasted a strawberry? It's really
I have not. But people say fruit, sugar. Fruit is the same as table sugar. What do you say about that?
Not at all. No way.
That's like saying like Zumba classes is bodybuilding, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, so
I mean, if you look at the, it's like so clear if you look at the medical literature. There is not a single study giving someone fruit or fruit juice that shows endothelial dysfunction or inflammation. In fact, the reverse. Orange juice improves endothelial function, decreases lipid peroxidation, decreases oxidative stress, decreases DNA damage. Watermelon juice, grape juice, pomegranate juice. So there's so many good studies with fruit. Listen, I used to fear fruit, and then I was like, oh man, I was so wrong.
Eat your fruit.
This looks like egg.
Nothing wrong with eating fruits in general. I eat fruits myself. But when you're over-consuming all of these man-made fruits, none of this exists in nature, you're getting a lot of sugar. So much sugar that it would be impossible for you to ever get this much in nature, not even by consuming a lot of honey. That's the huge difference here. I assume that he gets his fruits from pretty good sources in Costa Rica, I guess. That's probably where he is. Without all of the pesticides, maybe? I assume, I hope so. I think that he's aware of that. That's already great. That's one of the biggest problems with the fruits of today. All of the pesticides. In general, the plants are full of herbicides, all of this garbage. It's like consuming antibiotics.
But it's actually a grilled plantain.
I just want to swallow that thing whole.
Yeah, I put a little butter in there for you.
A lot of butter.
You were super
a lot of butter behind the scenes.
No, bro, it's good for you. But it was raw butter.
Ooh.
You like that?
Banana knocked up a potato.
Got some local raw kefir. This is goat's milk kefir.
When I heard raw dairy, I thought we were going to get under an udder or something.
Goat's milk is usually easier to digest for people compared to cow's milk. And it's also not as high in calcium, whereas cow's milk is very high, too high.
Well, we could.
Have you done that?
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
Oh, sure. Kefir is fermented milk. This is local honey.
Okay.
So like it's all in the same jar because I just put it in glass. So, I mean, you'll probably freak out when I put this honey. I'll go easy on you with the honey.
Flexing the freedom of not counting carbs there.
The honey looks very liquid. I don't know what it's called in English, but in German it's called honeytau, which is what you add to the honey. That's why it's so liquid. It's not proper, real honey, what they are eating there.
I'm surprised you don't have like your own like cows out there.
That's maybe part of the plan.
Yeah. I like to be on a first name basis with who I milk. Damn, this is gonna be like an animal-based like Dairy Queen Blizzard.
I think it's good shit, dude.
Don't get me wrong, this breakfast is a million times better than what most people eat today. I'm just pointing out a few flaws, which is not a big deal.
Well, it tastes like goat cheese.
Little sour for you?
Oh, like it's made some sort of like a farminess.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, it's a little goaty.
I hate goats.
You don't like goats?
They intimidate me a bit. That's very intrusive. I'm gonna drink it though, but wow. So what's your opinions on vegan diets?
Bad idea.
I'm putting you in the hospital.
Yeah, nutrient deficiency. Like, I love that vegans are thinking intentionally about the food they eat. I just think it's extremely hard, potentially impossible, to get everything you need to be an optimal human without eating animal foods.
Why does he say potentially impossible? I'm pretty sure that he knows that it's literally impossible, seeing as plants don't have over 15 micronutrients. Why does he kind of still try to appeal to them or appeal to Will's audience? It's potentially impossible. No, literally, biochemically, biologically, it's impossible.
There are so many nutrients in meat that are not found in plants. And you can take a million supplements, I know a lot of prominent vegans do, and still not get everything that you're missing in meat.
Yeah.
Meat has 42,000 components. 42,000 components, yeah. Garlic, 4,000, meat. Like, food is so much more complex than we believe, and I think it's a folly to believe that we can take the value.
Yes, that's a good point. Vegans believe that you just have some of these nutrients, such as B12, which are missing in plants, and all that you need to do is just take this pill and then it will be fine. They don't understand anything about biochemistry, how these nutrients actually function in the body, how they work together. They simply believe that you just need to take some synthetic pill and then your problem will be fixed. It's just an absolute lack of understanding when it comes to our biology.
Of a strawberry and put it into a multivitamin. It's so much more complicated. Does your multivitamin have creatine, carnitine, taurine, anserine? I love the intention around a vegan diet. I just think it's a very good way for humans to get nutrient deficient.
Yeah.
What's good about the intention around the vegan diet in any way at all? It just completely goes against our nature. How can it be good in any way?
The comments are gonna be crazy now.
Bring them.
Yeah. Nothing brings people together like diet and politics. Dude.
Non-prepared.
In an alternate universe, this is like the fridge of a serial killer. Sorry, man.
I could be a serial killer.
What?
Yeah.
So what's the deal with the...
That's kefir. So,
No, I'm not the red light.
oh, the red light. Bro, at night, I hate opening the fridge at night and like the bright light hits me in the eye. Because at night, you don't know this yet, but I just put on red lights in the house. It's like all chill.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
It's the freshest red light district I've ever seen.
Yeah, this is more meat that I cook.
It's absolutely abnormal to have red light at night. The only times you get red light in nature is during the sunrise and the sunset. That's it. All of these idiots out there who use red light glasses, and you're so dumb. You're just so dumb. You're just so unnatural and removed from reality. There's no red light in nature except for a few seconds or minutes in nature. It's so abnormal, it completely messes up your biochemistry.
Fruit juice on the thing.
Your diet's kind of like, it's like an adventure.
It is an
It's fun.
adventure. It's a lot of interesting stuff, right?
This gym looks like it was built to expose me. Oh my God, there's so much mobility stuff. So what's your approach to your fitness?
Basically surfing every day for 2 to 3 hours.
I wonder why he does all of the exercise. Obviously, it's aging and stressing his body incredibly much. Does he believe that he needs to do that? I could understand why he surfs. Surfing could be fun. I've never done it before, but it looks like it could be sort of fun. You know, as fun as unnatural activities can be. At least you're in the water. Usually there's sunlight. It's a way better so-called activity than most of the stupid sports out there today. But then he also does all kinds of other stuff which is completely useless, such as just running around for no reason. Okay, he sprints, at least he doesn't run marathons or doesn't jog, as far as I know, which is way worse. But still, he's stressing his body incredibly much, and that's the reason why he consumes so many carbohydrates. Nothing wrong with consuming carbohydrates, nothing wrong with sugar as such, but as I said, in nature, it would be very hard to get this much sugar. In nature, realistically, if you would be eating fresh animals and maybe get some fruits here and there, you would be consuming, 30 to 100 grams maximum of sugar in a day. It would be very rare that you would consume any more. Most of the time, you would be eating a low carbohydrate diet. He eats a lot of carbohydrates, too many from a natural perspective, simply because he's active all day long. His body is stressed all day long. And I understand why he consumes so many carbohydrates, of course, because of the constant stress. That's why he drinks the fruit juices. I can totally relate, because back when I used to go to the gym, I drank fruit juices myself, and it helped. But all that it did in the end is stress and age my body. I drank a lot more. I consume tons of carbohydrates, way more than I do now. I don't need really many now.
Surfing for me is that if I get bulkier and bigger, then it's worse.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I like the shorter bursts and
Same.
whatever I got time for.
You look pretty huge though.
Same. What are you talking about? Will looks absolutely abnormal. Paul Saladino looks at least somewhat normal. He does look like he stresses his body a lot, but not compared to Will. It's on a different level.
Oh my. Hooking up to an IV of this thing.
Like, tell me that's not probably the best glass of orange juice
That's
ever.
definitely, yeah.
That you've ever
Oh my
had.
God. You like taste the vitamin C.
This probably is the best pineapple you've ever had in your life.
Why?
And these bananas are different than any banana you've ever had.
Usually I'm self-conscious around banana.
It's better if you want to drink fruit juices to add some kind of fat to it, such as egg yolks to the orange juice. If anything, then that's how I drink it.
These a little less self-conscious.
They make you feel okay?
Yeah. What kind are they?
It's so that you don't absorb the sugar as quickly, by the way, in case you didn't know. Your blood sugar may rise pretty quickly if you drink pure fruit juices.
This is called a Gros Michel banana, and it's a French name. In the United States, almost all the bananas you get are Cavendish. So this banana is different.
Whoa.
How do you like it?
It does taste way different.
It's different, right? I like them. They're a little bit...
It has a smokiness.
These are like gourmet bananas.
Oh, man.
And the Cavendish are sort of just like the whatever bananas. For pineapples, in case you didn't know, you should store them upside down.
You store them upside down?
You store them upside down because if you store them like this, the bottom ripens too quickly, and the top isn't ripe, and the bottom gets overripe. So if you store them upside down, the gravity helps it ripen more evenly throughout the whole pineapple, and it's sweeter. The thing is that whenever I talk about upside down pineapples, people think I'm a swinger, because this is the universal single.
The upside down one is?
Yeah, upside down pineapples. I'm not a swinger, but like people can speculate all they want.
So you, man.
I know.
So do you think with what you're doing, everything with the diet, all your other like red light stuff, how many years do you think you're adding to your life?
I don't think about that. I think about how good the years are while I'm letting them.
That's good, but it's also funny how he asks him about adding years to his life. I'm pretty sure that Paul Saladino is aware enough of himself that he knows that he's reducing his lifespan because of this lifestyle. His diet is really good, way better than the way 99% of people on Earth eat. Of course, I don't promote cooking the food, but still he eats very good quality meat. Even the fruits that he eats are very good quality, but he does exercise and stress his body way too much. No matter what you eat, the food can never make up for it.
Whoa.
Scale of 1 to 10.
That's a 10.
Some people juice that for bromelain, a digestive enzyme, but it just...
Isn't that good for your sperm too?
Maybe.
I'm pretty sure it makes it taste better.
Maybe.
On a normal day, Paul will go surfing multiple times a day, possibly do some cliff jumping, and even go skateboarding in his backyard.
Yes, and the reason he does this, correct me if I'm wrong, maybe I haven't heard about it, but from what I know, he doesn't have a family, he doesn't have any children. If he does, then they are not there, and that's why he does that. This is not a normal man's life, this is a slave's life, and that should be clearly understood. No offense to him whatsoever, but he's living like an absolute slave. He surfs, okay, as I said, maybe fun now and then, but he surfs basically all day, every day, from what I understand. And then he skates around. I used to skate here and there. Yeah, I get it, but all of the time, that's because he has nothing to do in his life. He's obsessed with food, and it's great that he's educating people. The information that he shares is really valuable. Again, I'm not trying to offend him or anybody who follows him. I'm simply pointing out that he's living this life because he doesn't have children or any actual meaning in his life. Naturally speaking, he's living an absolutely empty and meaningless life. That's why he has time all day long to do worthless garbage. That's how I see it. It is nothing. He's doing nothing all day long. And it's sad that he's living such a pathetic life, but at least he eats good food. And that's the most important part about his channel. At least he's really educating people about food. He still doesn't understand the raw food part, but overall, most of everything he absolutely gets. Yeah, it's sad.
But unfortunately,
We've been stranded in the kitchen all day because it's pouring outside. It just stopped, and it's dinner time. On to the next activity. We are grinding our own meat for dinner, which is super cool.
I can grind in organs, so I got some heart, and I can just grind in some heart into the ground beef. You can grind
That's pretty cool, and the fat on the meat looks super yellow. Probably really good quality meat.
You
You
can
should have
grind.
told me that. You should have just
Don't worry, it's just steak.
It's pretty crazy. It's like 5:15. I feel like I haven't had an insane amount of food today, but I feel quite satisfied, and my energy's been like pretty
Solid?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what happens when you eat nutrient-rich food, and you don't eat foods that are kind of sabotaging your metabolism.
How long does it take someone, do you think, on average, to like adjust and like notice the benefits of something like this?
I think you'd feel it in a few days, but I think probably, a couple weeks you'd really notice.
Well, this is fun. This is great.
Then you can see it coming out here.
The fat coming out is so satisfying.
Yeah.
How many burgers is this making, 2?
That's like, 1.5 for me and you.
All right, so there's no soap in here, right?
Just use baking soda.
How'd you, what, just use baking soda?
I hate hand soap and like all the fragrances and the crazy colors and stuff.
You don't just smell like lab.
Yeah, exactly, and that stuff also actually enters your bloodstream. Very, very small amounts, but it adds up if you use this garbage all of the time. Soaps, shampoos, everything.
Lavender and like roses.
Well, that's the better kinds. The other stuff is like neon blue, gnarly stuff. So
I just
rinse it, throw a little baking soda on there, it'll be fine.
let's grab it.
Yeah. Want some apple cider vinegar on there?
Wow, this is strange. This is the fattiest patty I've ever seen in my life, man.
Like what? That's gonna be great.
So I've noticed, like, you get a lot of flack on like Instagram about like your diet.
Yeah.
But I've actually found today It's pretty well balanced. It's like I'm getting protein, I'm getting my fat, I'm getting a lot
I don't know why he would be getting flack for the diet. I didn't even know that.
of carbs.
Yeah.
So where do you feel like you get the most hate?
I think people just can't get over the fact that I'm suggesting that vegetables are maybe not great for all humans.
I'd love to hear that.
You can eat your vegetables if you like them, but if you don't like them, or you have gut issues, or you have autoimmune issues,
Try cutting them out.
try cutting them out and see how you feel.
I was hoping that they would simply eat the ground meat. Add some honey to it if you want, some raw butter, whatever. That would be a lot tastier than a burger.
Freaking pound. All right, there
How
it
many
is.
calories are in that?
In that burger, 700, 800.
Oh my god.
Yeah, gotta be.
That's giving me anxiety.
It's so good for you.
Oh, I'm getting like shivers.
The problem for us comes when we put mayonnaise or seed oils or ketchup with processed sugar or foods that we eat with this that kind of confuse our satiety. Like, maybe you wouldn't have to eat the whole burger.
It would be 800 calories if you would eat them raw. Of course, if you cook them, you destroy the protein for one thing, which is part of the calories, which is why, depending on how much you cook it, you may get 80% of that, cook it more, 60%, and so on. The more you cook it, the more you destroy it.
Just be eating the burger at a reasonable pace and you think, oh, I'm good, I'm full.
Rain, go away. How's the rest of that song go? Come back another day?
Come back another day.
Yeah.
Rainy season plus 3, let's go. Ooh.
What else are you thinking on the menu, chef?
Maybe some cucumber, some mango, put a little raw egg yolk on the burgers. What do you
Raw
think?
what?
Raw egg yolk? It's good.
So we're saving the yolk. That's like the opposite of my world.
I know.
It's crazy.
Don't do the,
Oh man.
so then you can like just break it.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Wait till you put it in your mouth.
I'm gonna have a bath after this.
Yeah.
It's so rich.
Will is just such a typical brainwashed slave Canadian. It doesn't get any worse. That's why I didn't want to review this video, because I'm sick of watching this guy. He travels to all of these places all over the earth. Nothing wrong with that. He does it as a business for his channel, to grow his channel. That's all cool. He just follows these trends, tries these diets and whatnot, and then he goes back to being a slave. He never learns anything from any of his videos. And him acting as if this is some strange diet. They're not even eating anything weird. Okay, you're eating raw egg yolks, okay? Every bodybuilder before the year 2000 used to eat raw egg yolks. It's only the new ones who feel like that's strange food. And what, cucumbers and some kind of fruits? There's nothing weird about this meal, but it's as if he's making this video of an animal-based diet. Why do you make this video as if it's some strange diet? As if Paul Saladino is eating this weird diet? It doesn't make any sense. How removed from reality are you, man?
What's the nighttime routine?
It involves a lot of mood lighting. Ooh. We can plug this one in.
Oh wow, that's sexy.
You're dumb.
Boom, and then we can turn off the overhead lights.
Okay.
That. And that.
Oh.
The red room. You know, there's this hack on your phone.
Yeah.
You can set it so you can triple click and turn it to like a...
That's on all phones? You just triple click?
You can set that
No
on all
way.
phones. Yeah, you just triple click.
Yo, I'm getting sleepy, man. I might just fall on the floor.
You can turn to sleep.
Whoa.
And then you can do that.
That's crazy.
And then
And you have your fridge.
Oh yeah, the fridge. You were asking me about this during the day, but it makes more sense at night that...
I don't know, man. It's still a creepy fridge.
I know, it's like...
This makes zero, as in 000 cents. As I said, you cannot get red light like this in nature only for a very brief period when it's still light outside. It's absolutely gonna destroy you biochemically if you have red lights on, artificial red lights. Artificial because it cannot happen in nature. At night, you have absolute darkness and then red light. It makes 0 sense. The only kind of light you would get, if any, would be from the moon, of course.
I've seen too many stories about cannibals in the jungle to be
I
like
know.
100% safe here.
Try not to do much work at this time of the night, but if I have to, I've got the
We got no internet.
red
I
filter.
had no internet all day.
We got internet, bro. It's just
Yeah,
direct.
plug it in.
Ethernet.
It's harder to get freaking internet here than the damn Pentagon.
Yeah, it's secure.
Well, I know going home I'm gonna change a lot of things.
I hope so, but you know, let me know how it goes.
Yeah. So you guys enjoyed the video, drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
He always says that in his videos, but he never changes anything, as I said. And again, you had the commercial for the wholesomes at the end of it, because that's what his channel is all about. He eats garbage, he promotes garbage. His lifestyle is one of the worst possible. It's a bodybuilder's lifestyle, as in a body destroyer's lifestyle. he goes to this guy who eats differently than him, but at the same time he eats cooked foods just like anybody else. There's nothing that special about Paul Saladino's diet. It's a great diet compared to 99% of people, don't get me wrong, but it's not what we eat in nature. It's not the way we eat in nature. You could say that the food that he gets is super good, but it's still processed food, as in cooked food. And then, of course, he also goes to him because he also exercises, because he doesn't want to go to somebody who eats raw food and doesn't exercise, somebody who promotes a lifestyle which is very far away from his own. He doesn't actually show anything interesting in his videos whatsoever. He just goes to people who stress their bodies, like the guy who went into the ice cold water, or guys who don't have children, guys who eat cooked food but maybe a bit different than the kind of cooked food that he eats, and so on. He doesn't actually show anything different in his videos whatsoever. That's why he also never changes. Like, how can you change if you actually don't learn anything new? At the very best, Will is gonna now surf sometimes and cook his food slightly less, or sometimes buy grass-fed meat instead of grain-fed meat. That's about all that you could really learn from this video. Or maybe turn on red lights in the evening, which don't exist in nature. What do any of these videos from Will even bring to anybody? You can't learn anything from it. You can't get anything valuable whatsoever. It's just all the same, but slightly different. And again, next time he's gonna go to somebody else who stresses his body and eats maybe different kind of cooked food. But at the end of the day, it's just all the same, because Will doesn't want to learn, cannot learn, is too close-minded. I don't know what's wrong with him. As I said, he's a typical brainwashed Canadian. Thanks for watching, guys.